Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Ladies Tale podcast. Yes, it has been forever and a half since I have done a Lady Tales podcast. So I'm really, really excited to do it. Anyway, I was going to say more stuff, but like life has been ridiculous. So I have nothing else to say. I made it. I'm on the screen. I'm happy. Woo, my homework is done for the week. I'm gonna tell y'all, don't have something happen to your house and decide that you still want to continue to be go to school to be like a mini doctor. It does not work. It does not work. Something gives. Anyway, no one cares about that because you know what happens? Occasionally I have something intelligent to say that's actually understandable and it's on the written page and it's called So there we have, and I thought divorce was bad, and I thought being grown up was easy. If only I were me, a memoir in verse, Widow's Web, Widow's Debt, and Foreign Coffee. For all y'all following along, that is 6 books. And if you've been watching the show regularly, that we have 17 books, and you can find the rest of our 11 books at www.andithoughtLadies.com. By the way, I'm Nona Marie. I have not introduced myself for 3 episodes now. I'm Nona. But you didn't hear about dear Winona and her lovely hair today. Oh my God, I'm in love. You came to hear about our wonderful guest. Hold on one more second. Yep, okay. You came to hear about our wonderful guest. Wonderful guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay, hi, I'm Nancy Hayes. I live in San Francisco. I do I cast films, commercials, and that's pretty much it. Sometimes print, but primarily films. Actually switching more to commercials these days. So
okay. So why is it okay? First, I need to say this first because everyone needs to know because the people who listen to my show are mostly writers. Yeah. They're writers that really want to make a movie.
I admire writers.
They really want to make a movie, but they have no idea, who does what in Hollywood. So I have to ask you, what does a casting director do? I feel like it's like right there in the name, but go ahead and explain it.
Well, I work with a director, and if it's a film, I work with the director closely to see what they want for their different roles. If it's a commercial, I work more with the producers because they're controlling the budget. So it's all a collaboration with the director, producer, me, and and also involved in locations and the art department, wardrobe, hair and makeup. So it's all part of it. It's a big puzzle.
Oh, I'm loving this. First of all, you said you're also involved with, oh my God, hold on one second. It's cold. I just had to let a chill go through. Wow. You said you were also involved with producers, directors, wardrobe. So you're part of the large picture, or do you actually get to be like hands-on with wardrobe and everyone else?
The director is hands-on with the wardrobe and hair and makeup. The director is the head of the party. It's his party.
It's a hers, yes.
Yeah, I always figure it's a party.
Now I have to ask the question that every actor out here that's also a writer wants to know.
Okay.
And I know you've been asked 1 trillion times, but one more time won't hurt, right?
Right. I know it's going to be.
I'm like, do you just want to go ahead and answer the question? Because I feel like
no. It's like how do you get my script produced? Is that the question?
How do you get picked? Yeah. How do you get picked for the role?
Oh, pick for the role. That's different than what I thought you were going to ask me. How to get a script made into a movie? It's a really hard thing. It's like we have to make really quick decisions. So it's something that grabs you in the headshot and the resume. And because everything is virtual now and virtual online, and so many people just have their photo out there with no resume. I mean, you and I can't get a job with putting out just a photo, right?
Well, I did just get a job with just the face.
Oh, well, you were lucky. Because so many times they just don't, it's a business. They have to see it as a business. It's not, an ego contest or anything like that. So that part is important to have your package together. So
I love this. Now, if someone was looking to get started and they were looking into acting and they're like, oh, how do I get started? What would be 3 pieces of advice that you would ask them? And then I'm going to ask the writer questions, because I have actor friends that listen to this. Whenever I say I'm having a casting director on, they're like, oh, I'm listening to that episode. Our casting directors are our most listened to episode. I feel like they want to know how to get a part.
So
I'm sorry, what was the question again?
I don't remember what the question was. It's like, how to get started. How to get started.
Like, I don't remember what the question was, and I was like, shoot, neither do I.
It's
you get started. Yeah, you're right.
If you decide you want to be an actor, and I get probably 10 emails a day. I don't have a clue what I want to, how to do it, but how do I become an actor? We go to acting classes. It's not, some people say, oh, I know I have it in me. Well, you can have it in you, but you need to get it out of you. So you really need to go to acting school and be really committed. It's not like a 2-class thing. It's like at least a year long to really do it right. Because if you can get to the set and you can't pull it off, you're in trouble. Everyone's in trouble. So you have to be.
It's a lot of people, I understand, that are dependent on your performance and you getting it right the first time. Not to mention a lot of money.
It's all this crew. All this crew is coming together, and they're ready for the actors. And so the actors really have to be prepared and know what they're doing. You can't just show up and wing it.
So I just got my first movie part ever.
You did? What are you doing?
I'm a manager of the main character. I don't know. It's like some little side bit part. No one cares. And I'm a writer, so I'm freaking out. All
roles are important.
Okay. Like, not freaking out. Now you just made it worse. They're like, the crew is there and they just need you to act. And I'm like, I've never acted before. Anyway, let's get back to you. And let's get back to the writer section of this. So when I know a lot of times the writers who are listening to this, they have in their mind, like, oh my God, I really wish that this person could be like the star of my book, if it ever got made into a movie. Can you explain to them the process it takes for them from audition to actually being cast in the role?
Well, it's all changed since the pandemic, and everything just switched immediately to virtual. And before, we could kind of figure out how to do a Zoom call, but we were all pressed into doing it right. And so it's changed a bit with the virtual. And in the 3 years since the pandemic, I've only done one in-person audition. And that's because the director really wanted to be with the actors. So it's like I get a description, I send it out to the agents send it back, I pick who I want to see, and then send directions to them. And then I pass that on to the director and producer. That makes sense?
No, it definitely makes sense. It makes sense to me. I've had it explained a few times. I'm like, oh. I hope it makes sense to all of you out there.
It's not a really quick process, because it's like there's levels of it. So I have to get the description, the terms, the rates, send it to the agents look it over, send it back, I send it back again, the actors send it in. So it takes a while. And it's basically the same as if it were in person, except that they're not. But when we did before virtual casting, the clients would come to the office and they would turn on the monitors. So basically they were watching Zoom before we did Zoom. they didn't watch the actor audition up at the front of the room. They were watching their computers or the monitor on the screen. So,
Um, because you said you do feature films and you said you do commercials, I have to know what's the difference between, I mean, other than the producer and the director. Like when someone's like, oh, I want to be a commercial kind of actor.
mhm.
What's the difference between doing a commercial and what's the difference between doing a feature film? Like, what's the difference of commitment, I guess?
The feature is more of a commitment. Commercials normally a day. A feature could be more than a day. Sometimes it's a couple weeks. Sometimes you don't know until after you get the role. And you should really, if you want to be a serious actor, you should take everything you can get. Within limits. You don't want to do anything sleazy. But there was one time this actor came in and auditioned. This was in person, and he auditioned. It was a one word in the scene, and he left, and his agent called me, said he doesn't want to do the role because it's only one word. And in the meantime, the directors liked him so much that they were going to give him another role. But the fact that he turned down the one word, they didn't want to have anything to do with him. So he was out completely.
It's important to take everything that someone gives.
Yeah, he should have taken the one, approved to the one word.
I want to apologize to everyone. I just recognize that I'm sitting outside of a restaurant and the whole time there has been music playing.
I can't hear it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Woo.
No,
I
I
was
can't.
like, oh no, tell me the whole time. Y'all just been listening to music this whole time. Listen to my melodious, beautiful voice that will never be acting again in its life after I do this. So what is your favorite part? Oh no, I lied. I was about to go and ask you a real professional question. I feel like I have done a lot of professional questions, right?
Okay.
Okay, let's have some fun now.
Okay.
San Francisco, where do you eat?
Well, that all changed too. I live in North Beach, so I eat a lot in North Beach, which is an old Italian community, and it's really coming alive again. And but I seek out different restaurants around town, but I kind of started just going out for lunch instead of dinner, or a late lunch, and have it be like the one meal for the day. But they're great restaurants here. So you have to come to town and let me know, and I'll find restaurants for you.
Okay, see, are you serious about this?
Yeah, sure.
Because I'll be there in about 8 weeks.
Okay. We'll go.
Oh, we're doing lunch.
We'll go to late lunch.
Yes, that's my favorite kind. I mean, that's what I'm doing right now. That's why I'm sitting outside a restaurant freezing because I'm at a late lunch. Oh my goodness. So what's your favorite part of the entire job of being a casting director?
When the actor gets the job, I get really excited. And I like working with agents that get excited. There are some agents that say they're booked on this job, and they'll go, what's the billing? Where's the talent release? And I'm like, can't you just get excited for the actors? I never get tired of that. So that's my favorite part.
All right. And I know the last thing you want to do is put your email out there, but do you have any roles that you're currently looking for, like just people for, just like wide open, that you want to like let people know about?
No.
All righty then. Do you want anyone to follow you on social media or Instagram, or you want to? Oh.
I don't do social media. I did it for a while and it just took too much time. I would put out a notice, like if there was one instance, we needed newborns, and it was for a job that was shooting in a week or so. So put it on Facebook. Years later, we were still getting newborns and the job was over, but I feel like I have to answer every single email. So I did, and it just took too much time, and it took away from the work I was doing. So I quit. So And I don't, and the same with Twitter, it was the same thing. It was too much. And I'd say it's shooting in San Francisco and I'd get something like from where you are. Maryland. It's like, no.
Some people don't mind flying. Some
Yeah.
people-
But the clients don't want it because then what if something happens? Like sometimes someone will be in LA and they say, oh, I can't make it to the shoot. My flight gets in at 9 and their call time is 9:30. I might be late. I said, no, you come the night before. So.
I know. All right. Thank you so much for being on the show today. I have so
Okay.
appreciated it. And let me just say, I just love talking to casting directors. And I do not know why. It's producers of reality TV and casting directors are like some of my favorite people to chat with. I think it's because you guys still get excited. Like, I
Yeah,
know
no.
so much.
Like it when it's really slow, I'm kind of bored. My closets are clean. So, okay, thank you so much for having me.
So I'm going to wrap it up for us over here. And when I'm saying us, there's normally like a Jade that would be sitting here, but she's enjoying her lunch right now. So I'm the only one taking out the cold freezing. But anyway, I'm Winona Marie. Yes, I remember to introduce myself at the absolute end of the show. Go figure that. And we're the ladies, and you can find out everything you ladies are up to at www.andithoughladies.com. While you're there, go down to the middle of the page and see the charities that we proudly support. We ask that you give them a little help out, especially in these difficult times as everyone's recuperating from the COVID horrible disaster. They need a little help as well. We thank you in advance for that. So remember that wisdom is all around you if you're open to finding it and accepting it. So peace and love, you guys, from Winona and the Missing Jade. Oh yeah, thanks for listening.